Oh, I feel a shout about to take over this place. It sounds like somebody else in here has had some lying voices whispering in your ear, telling you what you can't do and what you can't be and what you can't have. And if you don't do it with me, it can't be done. The devil is a lie. So, if I would have believed it, if I would have received it, see, believing is the door of entry. If I would believe it, then I would receive it, and it would have brought forth fruit in my life. Sometimes the only kind of abortion that a Christian needs to have is to abort every lying seed that has attached itself to the womb of your spirit, trying to bring forth fruit of damnation in your life. You need to abort every voice that said you can't do it, you can't have it, you can't be it, you'll never get up, you'll never survive. The devil is a lie. Abort that thing. Push it out. So, what had happened was, I guess because I've been doing a lot of things on leadership, I've been trying to figure out, are leaders born or made? Do they just come here exceptional? Or do they become exceptional through the things they learn or suffer? And I started looking at, to me, the greatest pastor, leader of the Old Testament was pretty messed up. I mean, if I was God and I was going to choose somebody to address kings and lead millions of people out of bondage, to negotiate deliverance, I would have never picked Moses. There are a lot of reasons that Moses wouldn't have been my first choice. By the time Moses got the sentence out, you'd have been an old person. But it is not his speech impediment that is the most disturbing. They say the formative years of a child, the first few years of their life, is the most important years. They say everything matters, right down to playing classical music while you're pregnant. They say it all affects the IQ and the intellect, the colors in the room, the way you talk to babies. By that standard, Moses would never be a great leader. Moses was hidden under the sink, in the dark, in the shadows, wrapped in blankets, on the hit list, about to be destroyed. His mama was hiding him under suitcases or bags of luggage or somewhere. He was hidden. He was hidden as a baby. His identity was hidden. His greatness was hidden. His destiny was hidden. His purpose was hidden. It wasn't like he was bounced around and played with and loved with and nurtured in a normal, yeah, let's deal with that, normal. He spent his early months hidden in the house, and then his mama put him in a basket in a river with snakes and alligators and crocodiles by himself to float down the river. He was abandoned. He was hidden. He was abandoned. He was adopted. He was an Egyptian by situation, but a Hebrew by birth. That's confusing. What language, what culture, what God, what religion, what ceremonies, what cleansing. He was a montage of so many different things. He was like a mutt. His name Moses means to be drawn out. And I think that when greatness is inside of you, it has to be drawn out. Some people's greatness is drawn out by being exposed to other great people, and they see greatness in other people, and it draws out the greatness that exists inside of them. Some people's greatness is drawn out by challenges, adversity. They don't even know they're great until the Bible says that when the lion roared, the Spirit of the Lord came upon Samson. Sometimes it is the attack that draws the greatness out of you. You don't even know you're great till the lion roars, till all hell breaks loose, until everybody faints and you decide something's got to be done. Sometimes it is the trouble you avoid that God is using to draw the greatness out of your life. Why would you make Moses a leader? He was a failure. He was a confused failure who tried to take matters into his own hands and ended up murdering a man and had to run out of his own house. He leaves Egypt a refugee, on the run, a criminal, on the hit list of the king. He leaves Egypt in a mess and tries to make a new life for himself. He hooks up with the Midianites, a little group of people who didn't even know who he was. They thought he was an Egyptian. He was a Hebrew. Sometimes you hook up with people who think you are something that you are not. And if they knew who you really were, they might not would let you in. But the reason it's easy to deceive them is because you're not sure who you are either. It's not that you're evil or wicked, it's just that you're confused and vulnerable and susceptible, and when you don't know who you are, I guess I become whatever you call me. Like Jacob, who became what they called him. His name meant trickster, con artist, scammer. Every time they come here, little scammer, get you some breakfast. Come on, scammer, it's time to go to bed. People can pronounce things over you when you're a child that you live up to. And until he has an encounter with God, he doesn't know who he is. God tells him who his name is. Your name is not Jacob. Your name is Israel. For you are a prince. A prince who's a thief and a crook and a liar? Yes, it hadn't been drawn out. There are some things that God has in you that has not been drawn out.